Welcome to this episode of Out There Living. On this episode of Out There Living, we'll show you how we carpeted the walls and the floor, and we'll also show you how we insulated the canopy, and we'll show you a couple other little mods that we did along the way. To start with, you're going to need some basic tools and supplies. You're going to need a piece of 12mm ply. We've just used the brace board ply from Bunnings. It's cheaper than marine ply. It's lighter. It's thick enough that it will be strong enough. And it's coarse, it's really coarse and grippy, so the glue is going to stick better to something that's grippy as opposed to marine ply, which has a film face on it that's going to not be as easy to adhere to with the glue. Secondly, you're going to need some basic tools, so you can use a jigsaw or a coping saw to cut your ply, or even a circular saw if you've got a circular saw handy and you're pretty good on the circular saw. Moving on to sticking the carpet down, the tools you'll need for that is a sharp Stanley knife, a staple gun, some fake grass glue, a V-notch trowel and a paint scraper. Now to start off, get our shape of our wall and mark that out on the ply and then cut the outline. You've got your general shape. It's going to be different for everyone, so I can't really give you the specifics of that. And also mark where your unistrut or your framework is. In this one, we've got the unistrut, so we've cut slots into it. And to achieve that, we've just got a 12mm spade bit, and we've drilled a hole at either end of where we want the slots to be. Then we cut between it with the jigsaw, just marking it with a straight edge. As you can see, we've notched out where the unistrut is on the roof. We've gone around and beveled the edge with a planer, and that's to allow the carpet to wrap around and have a more of a rounded edge on it. We've also cut the whole shape 10mm smaller to allow for that carpet to roll around the edges. So our ply is cut and ready to go. We've got our carpet laid out, and get a bit of artificial grass glue, pour a little bit on, start with less, add more if you need it. I just poured it on because it's the quickest way to do it. Grab your V-notch trowel, spread it up and down, round and round. Get a nice even spread, and then go through and shape it with your V-notches. Remove the excess so you don't get any lumps, and clean out the slots so it's not too messy. As you can see, there's a little bit of glue underneath. That's why we did it on the carpet, just so that glue doesn't get all over the place or go to waste. Have a little bit of a walk around on the back side of the ply to help push it into the carpet. You can even allow this product to go a little bit tacky before you use it. Roughly cut off your carpet, allowing enough to fold around to the back side of the ply. Get that roll out of the way. Grab some more glue. Apply it to the carpet so you don't have too much excess on your ply. Then start from one end, fold it round to the back, tacking it in with staples. These staples can stay in, they're not going to be seen. Push it in tight to ensure there's no bubbles on the bottom side, and work your way along. Put plenty of staples in. They're cheap and they're going to do a great job. Work your way along, making sure there's no bubbles. When you get to the end, you can see it's folded over here. You're going to have to trim that round so you can fold your edge bit over. And if you see how I've cut that, we're going to have to cut the corner piece out. So I've cut that corner piece out. Now we can fold the edge bit around. You're going to have to go around and trim it all up to help get the shape of of your partition. So I've cut it on the corner, where the corner is. Now I'm going to fold the next bit over, and I'll just cut from that same corner again. And it might cut both bits of carpet. That doesn't matter. It's going to cut the perfect angle. So you take that chunk out, trim the bottom off, give it a little slot to help it fold, get some of your artificial grass glue, apply it to the area. I haven't marked it out, I've just done it roughly by eye. Spread it out your V-notch trowel, get plenty on there, get around your edges, even come down onto the carpet a little bit if you have to. Now starting from where we left off on the other edge, always work your way around. Doesn't really matter which way, as long as you're working your way from one edge around to where you started. Don't do a bit here and a bit there. Use a bit of a process. Bang the staples in to hold it. And this side's not seen, so it doesn't really matter. You can trim it up if you want to. I'm just going to trim it because it's in the way of the slots. Make sure there's no lumps. Get them lumps out so it sits nice and flat against your canopy. A few more staples to hold it, and work your way around until you've got all the way around to where you started. Now we've secured it to the back, just flip it over and go around with your staple gun, and anywhere the carpet's sort of sticking up, just bang a few staples into it, as many as you have to, and they can just be pulled out later when the glue's dry. You can cut your slots out later. I won't worry about it till it's in the canopy. You might not have unistrut, so you won't need to cut the slots out. And you can use this process to put carpet on any sort of ply, and any other carpet we're going to do in the canopy will be done with the same process. So as you can see, the partition's in, just held in with these eyelet bolts and some big washers into these slots that we made. And on this back one, we've had to cut out a hole for the spare wheel carrier, and there'll just be a lock going through there. Now we've taken the carpet off the rear wall and taken the bit of ply out that the carpet sits on, so you can see how we've insulated the canopy. I'll zoom in a bit. As you can see, I've just used offcuts of foil board. These were just from a mate on a building site, left over, small pieces. And I've actually used 2 layers of 20mm. Could use 40mm if you have to, but this fits perfect. And some of this is we've just spray adhesived in, and some of it's artificial grass glue. Now there's a bit of debate on which side goes in and out. I don't think it really matters. It's the foam that's going to do the majority of it. This little layer of foil, it's probably nowhere near as effective as the 3mm of aluminium on the other side of it. So make sure you use a glue that's friendly to polystyrene or polyurethane. Some spray adhesives, if it's broken like this, they'll just melt straight through it. You can see here a divot where it's hollowed out behind it. There's a couple spots where I've had to patch up. And we've done the carpeted floor straight to the floor. You can see there there's a lip. Some people build up a subfloor so it's flush, but you're losing litres and litres and litres of volume of canopy space. I don't mind the lip, you know, stop stuff rolling out if you're on a bit of a lean or whatever. So in the hatch install episode, I talked about putting something on the floor to mitigate the dog hair. You see here we've used this foam interlocking pads. You get them at your cheap shops, maybe Kmart and stuff like that. And we were actually going to throw these out. The missus was using them for exercise mat. They got a bit shabby, so I just cut them in 3 bits, trimmed them down, and they're actually really handy. You just pick them up, slide them out, and put them down beside the car when you're need to clean your feet down at the tap, I would put a little bit of footage up here in this box. Yeah, see up there. So that was today. Kids got a bit muddy, so we just washed their feet. So yeah, super handy, and mitigates the dog hair. Like you can see here, it just sits on top. And then you blow it out with a blower vac or something like that. New addition to the dog hatch here, and it's really handy with these HICAT canopies with the unistrut frame. This aluminium angle is so versatile. You see there, I've actually made the brackets and the slides out of the same thing, and this just slides in, just a little cradle. Really handy. There we go. And one more thing, fitted this cam lock. It was about 18 bucks from my local locksmith, and that just locks in to this lip here where I've just grooved that out. So really handy. Dog loves it, he doesn't miss out. Up here, mounted the original travel buddy, big enough for what we need. One day I might get a bigger one. Same again, aluminium angle, so versatile, just pot riveted in the side. There's nothing going on up in the top there. Just got to tidy up these corners, just round them off a bit, and I'll drill some holes in the front there, and I'll run a little hockey strap from there to there across the door to keep the door shut in case it bangs open, the food bangs on it. Little fire extinguisher there. Little fire extinguisher from Aldi, $16. Can't go wrong. Thanks for watching this episode of Out There Living. If you have enjoyed it, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Get across to Facebook and Instagram and follow us there. And don't forget to share Out There Living with your friends. Go have a look at Out There Living webpage, www.outthereliving.com.au, and leave us some comments and feedback. And don't forget, whatever it takes, get out there living.